opened in 2020 and immediately one of the main attractions here on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome everyone to Allegiant Stadium. Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And we're off and running in Las Vegas. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Looking to throw right away. Connects with his back, Aaron Jones. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. His throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that kick? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Throwing from the gun. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he will take this in. Touchdown! The Raiders take a 6-0 lead right away. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This will end up as a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. First give of the game here to Raheem Mostert. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. It's Mostert on 2nd down. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Nix from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of fourth down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And it'll be Raider football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First carry here for Aaron Jones. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
1st and 10, looking to throw. Pass him on the quick hitter. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Second and 3. This one quickly to Harrison. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point of the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Back now, pressure on its way. That's Thomas, he's got it. And they bring him down around the 34. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Throwing from the gun here. Short pass brought in. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It's the end of the 1st in this AFC West showdown. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. We're back and excited to start this 2nd quarter. You excited? We're excited. Raiders in a nice spot here to put up some points. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They are throwing it again. Drops back. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
And this is down all the way to the 3.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Here's a throw. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And the Chargers get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. He'll throw it from his own end zone. And he won't find an escape. They converge and drop him for the safety. Some early down aggressiveness in the shadow of their own end zone there, Brock. And unfortunately, it costs them. They're going to have to punt it away following the safety.
Well, you know me. I don't ever mind aggressiveness. I think it empowers your quarterback, empowers that offensive huddle. But you also got to know, as a quarterback, if you call a pass play, you got to do your job. And doing your job means avoiding a safety in that circumstance.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he's going to be blocked down after reaching the 43. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. He'll throw it. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones gets it. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Raiders are on the move here. Second and 8. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas! The Raiders grow their lead just before halftime. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. PAT effort coming up. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders take a 16-point lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he elects not to bring this one out, so no run back, and we'll pick things up from the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run for Mostert. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, it's Nix. On the move, headed right. Oh, shouldn't let that one go. It's intercepted. And he makes the Huffs go. It's a touchdown on the pick six. That right there, that takes just the right circumstances to happen. But, man, a big boy pick six brought one of the most universally celebrated plays in this sport.
Look at the smile on your face.
I love it. Big boy touchdown. Come on now.
Well, I think you and a lot of fans are in it for the celebrations. Those big guys do so much work, and now they get their chance to play hero. It is a blast.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to the air, Nix after the pick. Connection made to Raheem Mostert. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Throwing on 1st down, Nix dumps it off to his running back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Here we go, 2nd and very long. He lets one fly deep downfield. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered gate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. They'll throw again. Nix. He's looking deep once again. Brought in inside the 20. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun snap to Nix. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Nix to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Nix now to throw. That's into the hands of Mostert. Get some space around midfield. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Chargers will have a first. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Putting a receiver in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Buys time, rolling right. He sends this one to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown! The Chargers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
For a second, looked like the Chargers offense was coming off, but no. Coaches say, stay out there. We're going for two. He's throwing for it. And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another two off that lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Second down carry for Jones. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. They're throwing it. Throw right side, hauled in by Harrison. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First down, ball at the 36. Straight ahead they go with Jones. Pushing for the red zone. And he's finally stopped right at the start of that red zone. Down at the 20. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Jones will not get past the line. He's held up at 4.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down.
And he gets in, touchdown! The Raiders push their lead further to start the half. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown! That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders make it a 24-point ball game. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Nix from the gun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Nix. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL game, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the defense comes through, that's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. Officially a 69-yard punt. What a kick. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. They'll come out throwing. He gets a lot behind one. Deep downfield. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down. Just couldn't get it to Marvin Harrison Jr. there. And it's going to be second down. Going with Jones on the ground. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Back to throw. Oh, he put some heat on this deep. That's grabbed inside the 30. And that is a touchdown. in the lead at the end of the third. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And it's fielded but not returned from the end zone, so the ball's going to be placed at the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Mostert. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. Now, a great way for the offense to start the drive, Brock. A free 5 yards, and now a much shorter 1st down. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Chargers have it to start the 4th in a game that seems pretty far out of reach. Nick's looking to throw. He's on the move. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Here's Nix. He puts everything behind this one. Toward the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 36. Jones reels it in. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Looking up towards the dome. Can't bring it in clean. They found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up.
You know, I'm sure Coach would prefer he not flirt with disaster on the return. No additional damage is done, however. They're fortunate to get the ball back, and everyone can breathe a little sigh of relief.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Out left, Worthy makes the ground. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Now Nix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. They put a receiver in motion right. Again on 2nd and 10. Nix. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure, earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of him.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Out of the gun, it's Nix. This finds Mostert. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 35 out of that one. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Nix with it on 1st. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing it. Unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
With the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, and it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They've got a man in motion. Nix again on 2nd and 10. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Running back sent in motion. On third down, here's Nix. He has the first over the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Chargers will have a first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll throw again. Nix escapes the pocket. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Raiders are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football's the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. This is Jones on the handoff. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Raiders close to picking up their 5th win. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 24. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Ryan Thomas Jr., his intended target. So that brings them to 3rd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
To the air, 3rd and long. Oh, try forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And he takes it in for the touchdown. Great defensive effort late, even if this one's decided. You get a pick six, you get a pick six. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick six a multiple highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
They failed on a 2-point try earlier, so settling for the traditional point after this time around. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers get it back to a full 3 possessions now, 24 points. Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And the Raiders are able to secure the kick. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it. Even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
This is Jones. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Staying on the ground with Jones. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate, training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Third down, here's Jones. And this one does not go far. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Wow, they must really trusted this guy's range. He's out for what would be a very long field goal. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that grows the lead to 27.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Makes the grab inbounds left side. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing on first down, Nix. Chased out to his right. Oh, he loses the football. But the Chargers were the first to get to that one, so it'll stay with them. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still one more in their pocket to use. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for first and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. To throw, here's Nix. Trying to push it deep downfield. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long. But throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
The Black Hole can take that party over to the Vegas Strip as the